So in one of my recent videos, I decided to give away this keyboard that's right in front of me. I'm actually prepping a different keyboard right now. I just have to change out some stabilizers. I ended up getting my fiance a new keyboard. She wanted this crazy pink keyboard that everyone wants nowadays. And so I hooked her up with that one, and it's kind of weird. It actually sounds pretty good for a stock keyboard, which is a little bit unusual to me, but then again, I haven't been like shopping for a keyboard in 2 years. I basically had my little collection, and it stayed the same for quite a while. So yeah, check out how good this sounds, by the way. I want to also address this Intel situation. A few people in the comments have asked me to talk about this again, and I've been a little bit hesitant because there's been so much up and down with the information. You know, we started months back talking about motherboards. A year ago, I have been blaming the CPU like pretty much this entire time, and many people thought I was wrong, but it's looking more and more like it is the actual CPU, and it's probably a hardware issue.
Or like the CPU degrades if too many of the E-cores are turned on, which would be the stupidest cause of, like, that doesn't make any sense because the i7 has, the 13700K has just as many E-cores.
Is actually an inherent flaw in Raptor Lake, I am told. You know, Raptor Lake doubled the E-cores while still having the ring bus and the P-cores and the E-cores all on the same rail. And so if you think about that, how high they push those voltages, what I'm told is that a problem arises when the V-drop causes VID to exceed around 1.5 volts, and then, well, it cooks itself.
So I'm going to tell you my honest opinion on the situation. This is just coming deep from me. I think there is a real hardware problem from Intel. I do not want to state that as fact. Obviously, we do not know. I am a tiny YouTube channel. Even someone like Moore's Law is Dead, it's like he's a larger channel, he has a lot of connections, but he himself has said Intel themselves don't even really know the answer yet. So that being said, either it's a like big cover up and they don't want people to know about it, and it's a whole conspiracy, or it's just they really actually just don't know what it is. There are people like Danny Z, for an example, who is going in there testing voltages and trying a bunch of different things. I love that about the community. Everyone is kind of like inputting, but also too many inputs from, say, like the wrong source might cause more, issues in the long run. Either way, Intel does have some major problem to fix here, and it's gonna cause a lot of craziness, especially with the release of their new CPUs coming up very soon. Like, I will be surprised if those sell very well, given the situation. That being said, really, anyone who's having issues right now, I would say wait till the August BIOS update comes out. Update your BIOS if you can. Do not update your BIOS on a unstable CPU that'll crash while you're updating your BIOS. But if your CPU is capable of updating the BIOS, update the BIOS, then RMA the CPU. That way you can kind of have a fresh start on a brand new 13th or 14th gen CPU, and you don't have to worry about any degradation that happened previous. I also want to shout out to this smaller channel that posted a pretty decent video kind of breaking down the actual design and layout of the 13th and 14th gen CPUs, just for anyone who's trying to understand or better understand how the cores are laid out and things like how the ring bus works and the compute fabric. This is all in this video. He does a pretty good job at explaining what he thinks is the problem. Obviously, again, everything needs to be taken with a grain of salt until we figure it out. That's if Intel tells us. And yeah, so check this video out too. Just thought it was a good video. On to the keyboard. All right, guys, so I'm just trying to do an audio test. I have a newfound appreciation for anyone who does this because it's hard to run OBS, run the microphone, a separate microphone, type at the same time because you end up stopping the video while you're trying to type. All right, guys, I think we're at the point where I can give away this keyboard. Just a few things about it. It's a really simple keyboard. It sounds decent. It could use a little bit of tuning, so if you're into that, that's available for you to do. Normally what I do with this stuff is I do a live, and I'll do a live draw. This time I'm just going to do it in the video. I don't think anyone will have an issue with that. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'll do a live thing right here. I'll minimize my head. This is the video here. I'm going to refresh it and grab the link. And if somebody like E-Rock or any of my friends that are like YouTubers grab or get this giveaway, I'm going to skip it and then move on to the next person. And as I said before, it's USA and Canada. So that's going to be the deal with this. That's the link to the video. Same exact thing. And yeah, so we're going to hit fetch. Not include replies. There should only be about 62 comments. And yeah, let's just see who wins. And if the person who wins sees it, all you got to do is send an email to me. A screenshot of your YouTube channel, like login. That way I know it's actually you, because somebody else pretended to be somebody one time. If you don't reply or nobody tries to claim it within the week, I will pick another person. So let's see what it is. It says 27 comments, but I know there's like 62. Maybe it was counting some of the replies. So I'm not even going to try to pronounce this name, but he actually had a pretty good comment that I responded to, basically saying to run the card for a few days before testing. He said, don't forget, when you swap pastes, first few startups, it runs hotter as the paste expands and then settles down and runs cooler. Try doing this test after 3 or 4 days of daily usage with the card, and the results might be a bit different. He's actually right about that. That is something I really didn't consider. I kind of like let it run for a bit, but not long enough. The paste actually, there's a science to it, and it does change as time goes on. In the end of his comment, he says, "And the guy from India trying to scam you, classic." So yeah, man. I don't know if your name is Daniel, I think, but you won. So reach out to me. That's so funny that you said the comment about the scammer. And yeah, that's going to be the end of this video. I know it's kind of just a little bit of a boring one. Not too much PC stuff going on, but yeah. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.